You're watching the Brotherhood of Gaming, and yes, you are jealous. It's 2011! Which means we need to come up with a New Year's resolution. I got it! I will tell you a secret. I am a Kingdom Hearts fan. That being said, and if you read the title, when Kingdom Hearts came out back in 2002, I was pissed off. I had a GameCube. Then I got a PlayStation 2. I was a happy boy. Why? Because I could play this for $19.99. Can you imagine when people first bought this game, it was $50. I got it for 20, bitches. Now it's been 8 years. And we have 6 new titles in the franchise. This being the one that just came out. Does it hold up to the latest of the series, and does it hold up to the standards that people want to see and know about Kingdom Hearts? Making a crossover that combines 2 of the greatest franchises in the whole world, Square Enix and Disney, making one jam-packed game together? Or is it a piece of shit? Let's find out.
Though Kingdom Hearts is a crossover series, which tends to be a tactic people dislike, it can't be denied how popular and successful the series has become, spawning sequel after sequel, just as the fans that love it so much demand. Fortunately, with every sequel they make, the story is always satisfying and leaves its fandom at the throats of the makers expecting much more. But that doesn't mean it's always perfect. More than likely, any and all fans can find loopholes that demand answering, which some do and some don't. But the key with video games is to suspend your belief in logic, as everything is pure fiction. And when you take Final Fantasy fiction that even in its own series it has a hard time following, adding Disney to the mix can hardly make things more clear. Yet somehow, it works. The story for Kingdom Hearts Recoded isn't too hard to understand, granted if you had played everything before it. Otherwise, you'll find yourself as clueless as everyone who played Final Fantasy XIII. It begins shortly after the events of Kingdom Hearts 2, back on the PlayStation 2 in case you didn't know. In Disney Castle, Jiminy goes over both the journals that he took with him on Sora's past 2 journeys, not counting Chain of Memories, as the memories of what happened there aren't exactly open. Noticing aside from writing Thank Namine, he uncovers another sentence that leaves him baffled. Telling Mickey about it, they pull out their convenient computer machine of whatever and turn the book into... I don't know how this is accomplished, so just go with it. Realizing that the journal went through hell, having glitches and viruses, the only way to solve this problem is to create a dated replica of the main hero. Whilst giving explanations, the heroes begin to notice that they too have been imported inside the computer's world of holograms, but then soon discover that they are trapped and cannot get out.
What the hell am I looking at?
You know, I think I've heard this plot somewhere before.
None of this is real. It is a simulation. We are still on the holodeck.
Nah, couldn't be.
Anywho, I won't spoil anything, so don't expect a brief explanation. The game will do that for you. All I can say is that as far as plot goes, it holds up well and in the end definitely sets up the premise for the 3rd and final installment. And by 3rd I mean Kingdom Hearts 3, no spin-offs included. Simple and clean, we give it a 7 out of 10. An interesting factor of Kingdom Hearts is that no sequel shared the same exact gameplay. You always got something different, from basic RPG level-ups to card fights to button mashing to commanding deck systems. There's always something new, and it still follows here. Recoded actually tries a lot of things, and for the conditions that you'll be in, it's believable and it too works in its own ways. Yet, that doesn't mean you have to like it. Sometimes the switching of game styles can be a chore and more of a hassle. You get platforming, some what I assume of an arcade shooter, and then, oh god, turn-based. Why? God, why? I'm sorry, but for me that Olympus Coliseum turn-based level was the dark depths of pure hell. Given the fact I was on critical mode, but still. Isn't that breaking like some kind of law right there? Even a commandment of God? Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not make Kingdom Hearts turn-based. The leveling up system is also pretty new. It plays out like a PC motherboard, to be honest. It's like in 358 over 2 days, where you add on power-ups to your system. Self-explanatory. The cheat system is also a nice touch, though altering it too much can make things a little rough. Apart from mechanics, the main game plays like Birth by Sleep, which is good. So fear not, the only real downside is revisiting the same damn worlds, with almost nothing insanely new, but a little tweaked. So it deserves a 7.5 spotter. Ah, the music. You wanna know what I think of the music? It's the same exact shit you've been listening to for 8 years. Damn, make something new already. Sheesh, it was good then, but now it's old and well long overdue for a new score. 6 out of 10, moving on. As far as the Nintendo DS goes, and trust me, it's not that far, somehow Square manages to make the best looking games. It's the same as 358 over 2 days, again, with some possible tweaks. It's not the PlayStation 2 or PSP, but it's still believable. However, even it's got problems. Apparently the plot with glitches aren't just story related. The game can suffer with it too. With too much happening at one time, likely in the over limit breaks, you do a flashy move. And sometimes the moves will have you input button commands to keep the move going. But with camera issues, the game suffers a little bit, often putting you in small areas where it's hard to see. By pressing select, you have the camera zoom out, but even it has its limits. The problem with this is what's happening on screen can sometimes cover your button commands, leaving you blind while doing the limit break, which can be fatal. Graphics, they get an 8. This is gonna be a little different because I can't recommend this game to anybody outside of the fan base of Kingdom Hearts. The series has gone on too far that nobody outside can pick up any of the late titles and expect to like it. Maybe they can, but about 90% of the time it won't happen. So for the final call, if you're a Kingdom Hearts fan, buy it, definitely. You'll love it just as much as the others. It stands strong. If you're not a fan and are new to the series, it's a bad start and not at all a worthy buy. And if you straight up hate the series, why are you here? That's my story and I'm sticking to it. The Kingdom Hearts series is a lot of things to everyone. Thousands love it, thousands hate it. Some believe it ruined Final Fantasy, some believe it keeps Final Fantasy alive and food on Square's table. Me? I'm a Disney fanatic which keeps me playing, and believe me, Final Fantasy has its own masquerade of problems and doesn't need to blame Kingdom Hearts for them. Kingdom Hearts is a successful crossover, and the final installment will without a doubt have the best of both worlds. Thank you for watching the Brotherhood of Gaming, and until next time, keep on gaming.